for 7th place, 14 for 16. This is literally within reach. They can make the run of a lifetime and put Brazil on the map when it comes to Fortnite.
You have to respect the entire Brazilian region.
They won't go down. They won't be denied.
They are just so good. They have stepped up. They have performed. They have given us such a show. Cloud and Refsguard now, though, have to play defensive here. This is the first time we've seen a far northeast zone like this, so this is going to get very dicey for most of the lobby.
The Campeon Sera staying as far back into zone. They've taken down Queasy and Vino. So this is just all bonus at this point as they continue to hold their spot, not wanting to let that team below them survive because like we talked about, they have nothing to lose at this point. Janice and Fadil have everything to gain as it does look like they're finally going to try to get out. Thomas HD goes down to Alice. Trippin and Thomas got their game on the run, but Cammy goes down to Janice. Oh, back to back! That's going to be huge for Janice and Fadil, taking out your FNCS Invitational champions. So now with first place going down, it's going to be all about the money for everybody else left in the lobby.
That is what's on the line here. Tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars is still at play. Don't forget, everyone here was invited for the chance at, of course, the trophy, but the money too. There's so much to fight for, and the respect of the region, which we already know so many have earned throughout the course of this week, and that's what these shows are all about. Putting new names and new faces on the map as they put in all that hard work while I'm sleeping, trust me.
Marion's going to take down Fadil, so it looks like Vico went down as well early on. I did see that one, so it's going to be Janice versus Marion that far back in zone. And honestly, that's just a few placement points between the both of them. You really want to try to survive there as Booga finally goes down. Joe FN is going to get the spoils of that one, even though he doesn't get credit for the elimination overall. Strippin's just trying to survive, biding his time as that solo. For him, everything comes down to this because he's only a few points away from 3rd place.
Let's watch that one more time. Your FNCS Invitational champions fall here to the hands of Janice and Fadil. With a beautiful tag. He just opens things up for himself and he makes it look easy. And then the guts on that kid to go all the way up. Campeon said he know better than to fall like that, but it is what it is. You can't be perfect all the time.
The team that's going to be trying to get as close to it as possible. Found in Refsguard, they got themselves a great spot in the center of the zone to where there's very few players around. And when it comes to this zone, it pulls yet again to the northeast. This one's going to be a struggle from everybody on the southwest part of the zone to try to find their way in. There's 30 duos left alive. And for Joe and Z-Andy, 1,500 above the damage threshold, hunting down yet another team in Belusi and Hydro. For them, it's all about the Benjamins. They want to continue to rack up that points. Breaking through the box, Joe and Z-Andy getting yet another angle. They know they have one player weak. They know he's at least going to try to heal. And now, as they go ahead and let that player and team try to stabilize, they're going to use that as a way to go around them and in front of them to the zone and try to hold them out of it.
Let's see if they can continue to do just that. Smart play is all that Joe and Z-Andy need in order to make this top 10 and earn themselves so much more this weekend. But of course, there's a big task in front of you. See the names starting to house up here. Scented and Cold know what they have to do too. King and Ed are just housed up nearby. That would be the wrong move to walk to that box, I'll tell you right now.
It's not a box I would want to enter, as Cold and Scented have one elimination so far. Not having to worry about Storm Surge until now, but they know there's at least one team behind them. Gathering that information, trying to figure out what that plan is going to be. And you can see a lot of our top competitors from around the world all boxed up, just waiting for that next zone, which is going to come in just a few seconds. And let's see who's going to get that reward. It's actually going to be a good portion of the lobby. This is actually a good zone for everybody here to try to make it way in, except for maybe 1 or 2 teams.
That is right. This north side is starting to become very contentious here. Muzz and Looter walking up, Trippin and Thomas have a problem, right? A real problem. There's a little too many players on their heels here, and he doesn't want to go first. It's Eyedrop Savage just snacking fouls up there. Here's Ketos, here's PA Zin, looking to put up the numbers here. He still has 0 eliminations, but the lobby is thinning out, and it all makes sense. Look at this zone. This is as far to the corner as you could quite literally imagine for a final game.
For them, they just got to make it just a few more teams to stay alive, and they're going to start getting those cascading placement points. And you said it yourself, first and second place going down. You got 5th, 6th, and 7th, the teams directly in front of them, already back to the lobby, watching, hoping, praying somebody takes down the shining stars from Brazil as Trippin finally falls. Basically cement scented and cold with a minimum of 3rd place, but Vino and Queasy are already down.
That is true, and now things are completely available for PH Zin, Kitos, Commandment, Avery, Cloud, Rupscar, Josie, Andy. All of these players have a real opportunity to honestly fight for a 5th place, a top 5 position in one of the most competitive competitions we have seen to date. An invitational setting of some of the best players in the world on one stage for 2 days of competition. A top 5 here would be phenomenal to seal.
A huge success for a lot of these players, even to make it to this point. Getting into that top 5, gotta be feel so amazing. As Clicks goes down to Hydro. Duke is down as well. They both get sent back to the lobby. Belusi and Hydro getting very, very active. A lot of our EU players still left with a chance into this one, trying to take that chance and run with it.
Let's see it play out. Joe and Zandy have the high ground now. And there it is. They have managed to earn themselves just enough points to go ahead and break into that top 10. The glass ceiling has been lifted for PH Zin and Kitos. They find 2 more. We blinked and we might have missed it, but lucky for us, we get to go back into the replays to get caught up. How did it end for Duke and Clicks? They had Belusi and Hydro dive into the box, and that's how it ends. But you know what? A round of applause for them. They did get a win today. Clicks and Duke did put up a huge win in Game 11. That was such a performance.
Hey, not many people can say they got a victory royale on an international stage, especially when you got Seti and Cammy taking 4 of them by themselves.
I was gonna say, you know why? It's because they're all up top between 1st and 2nd place. Here's Golden Scented. How many points can they earn here?
It's actually doable for them if they start picking up some eliminations. They don't even need to be greedy and get all the eliminations.
Well, remember, there's like 30 just for winnings.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
the 2nd place is within reach for them. I think if Vino and Queasy knew that and they knew the zone that they would get, maybe they would have thought twice, but that was the most exciting start to any game I have ever seen. As Yuumi, he goes down. Rapid is down as well. Cool has a chance to probably get Yuumi back into this one because he was just knocked all together. But Ju's on the other side along with Yusri trying to finish that one up. They not only want that elimination, they want the loot to keep themselves going to the rest of this game as Acorn and Edgy in a very, very similar position. But luckily for them, they're not forced with their back up against the wall. Their game plan is smooth. They get that early game surge, so that way they only have to worry about rotation after rotation. And with that launch pad in hand, if they get that far pull, that is going to be their next plan.
Let's go. Acorn and Edgy have a chance here to represent for NA. Refsguard and Clown are one of the teams that would have to get pushed and toppled over, who is currently holding and tied for 7th or for 9th with Commandment, who's just right there as well. So it's all or nothing. King and Ed are going for height. King and Ed want to win. They want to get at least a game 2. Can they do it for the last game of the evening here in Raleigh, North Carolina, here at the FNCS Invitational? King and
It's going to be
Ed
scary for the rest of the lobby, though, because they have high ground, they have front side of zone. Anybody launch padding, trying to get past them, is going to feel the pain, and that includes the same region. Fees into Kitos, flying high through the sky. He immediately becomes the target. Shield just getting ripped off of him, but he found himself a little bit of an oasis and a moment to breathe.
Scented looks like he fell off the build there. Cold's by himself now. Down goes Cold. That 2nd place dream is out of the question. They will now be cemented at 3rd as the only teams who can jump up now, PH Zin and Kitos, still have a chance to fight for 5th. They have to do a little bit more and put Brazil on the map, but King is being contested. He's gonna crank his way out of there, but the shots are coming in. He gets tagged one time. It's Kanata on the other side of the wall there, putting big pressure in.
Trying to figure out a way is Ed's gonna go ahead and lead the charge, allowing King to try to stabilize the air in that moment. He's gonna be the person that IGLs his way through and through, but Zone pulls back the next way. He immediately has to go back the way he came. Luckily for him, he does have enough resources. He has a great layer not to get stuck in the chaos that is below, but Joe and Z, Andy, it's their turn. With Vino and Queasy out of the game, they have a chance to hold on to the height and take the game with 7 eliminations.
Who will win the last game of the FNCS Invitational here? PHN has lost Kitos on this very dangerous rotate. He will have to use both the chunk splashes here to heal up. KBR is by himself too. He has to save King or Azine here. Meanwhile, in the distance, King gets thirsted by Acorn. He's out of the game.
He's trying to do what he can. Chili chunk splash yet again. Trying to use that speed boost, but the high ground's gonna be fought for. Kanata and Macwood, they don't want to go without a victory, but they get chopped down, sent back to the lobby. Joe and Z, Andy, with their 7 elimination, are poised. With no resources to try to regenerate any shield or health, it could look dangerous, just like Malibuca and Mustache, wasting no time, getting into the box of Runa and sending him right back to the lobby as well.
The PHN is still here, and he is pushed off Miro. He says, turn around and get away if you don't want to be taken out just here. And take a look. Now he's looking around. He finds Alice. Oh no, that's Alice on the other side of the wall and threats the Japanese and American duo. The combination brought together here for this very special event. But PHN, cold as ever. Look at the focus on his face here. He is waiting to land this shot. There it is. We knew he would hit it. If you let him, he gets the thirst. Works his way through the build. Such a good play there, but he has no time to waste. Down he goes. The layer change here. It's all or nothing to the low ground now. That's a fresh build. That's an enemy. He doesn't want to be there.
He is the best player right now when it comes to taking the top positions away from those players that were eliminated early on, but high ground goes over to Acorn and Edgy. It's their chance to secure themselves a victory royale in an international stage. They have 13 splashes. They have more than enough ammunition between the both to put down pressure and not let it stop. But one of the big teams, the big names, Malibuca and Mustache, are standing in their way, trying to make sure Threats doesn't have a chance to survive. That's 2 more elimination points, plus the placement points that they could garner here as they enter into the top 6.
And they have a combined of about 15 chug splashes or so. They have so many heals, they can top off at any time. Zeke gets brought down after being saved by KBR. And now, Malibuca and Mustache earn themselves more. This might be the most he lives, and no! KBR falls there to the hands of U3, but now it's all up to Malibuca and Mustache down on the low ground. Robob's in between. Acorn and Edgy have a chance here to take a win, but they have to stop the W Keyers of EU, Mustache and Malibuca.
That's an insane amount of splashes between the 2 duos left alive. Robob trying to put a wrench into the mix, but this comes down to a 2v2 EU versus NAEs, and both of these teams have all the resources in the world to make this one go forever. So it's about thinking outside of the box, making the move that matters most as Acorn gets tagged up. Has to find some height to re-heal. And they're both out of builds. Both of these teams are out of builds. This fight is going to come down to this as Edgy gets chunked out. He gets dropped. Malibuca and Mustache trying to take game number 12 away from NAEs. And it's down to Acorn, the last member. We talked about his splashes. This one's going to come down to a heal off. Does he have enough to take the game? Menmis coming out. 5 more splashes. He has so much time left in zone, but Malibuca and Mustache, they have splashes of their own. Acorn trying to put down the shots to try to minimize the effectiveness of it. They're still in zone. It looks like Acorn has run out of opportunity. He goes down. Malibuca and Mustache take game number 12.
And just like that, the 12 games are over, but your champions of the FNCS Invitational are Sera and Campeon. Congratulations.
With 4 victory royales in this global competition. They didn't change up their strategy too much throughout 12 different games. It didn't matter who VOD reviewed them, because you could have that blueprint, but if you don't know how to execute, it's gonna be all over. And give it up one more time for your FNCS Invitational champions, Sera and Cammy!
Congratulations, they have done it. This entire room is on their feet, and they deserve every ounce of support here because these are two of the hardest workers we have ever seen, two of the hardest players in this space. And you know what? Becoming legends must be so proud. Congrats, Reno.
They became legends for sure on the grandest stage of them all. Emotion, passion running wild. Let's throw it to Adam so we can get inside the minds of our champions.
Thank you very much, Cammy and Sera! Wow, 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 wow. What an incredible, incredible display this weekend. Before we go any further, we must ask, how are you feeling being FNCS Invitational Champions?
Very good. I have no words. We both worked so hard for this, and it's just an amazing moment.
It's amazing. Like, I waited for it so much.
All right, Cammy, you see Queasy Vino dropping on you. Your teammate goes down. It's a 1v1. What's going through your mind?
Like, I just wanted to eliminate him, and as quick as I can. I don't know, because I was thinking that he's low, but I think he missed one shotgun shot, so that's why I killed him.
Seti, I mean, you go down, it's just your teammate, and this is what makes the difference to win. What are you thinking?
I believed in him for like till the end, and he's just an amazing player, and I knew that he's gonna win, and it was just amazing.
You seem incredibly emotional. How does it, I mean, all these people here, these lovely people, we're here to celebrate you guys. It's been not just the last game where we saw the most incredible events. The last 2 days, 4 victory royales, consistency all round, incredible Fortnite for the both of you. I mean, this has been something very, very special.
Yeah.
Elaborate. What have been the most special parts of this? What is it about your teamwork that's really stuck out, which separates you from the rest of the world here at Invitational?
I think it's because we play with each other for the past few years, so we have the chemistry of like gods, and that's it.
Obviously, we could tell the chemistry there, and I feel like there's a lot of chemistry in the audience right now. Is there anything that you want to say to your fans, family, friends, everyone watching around the world?
I want to thank everyone watching from Poland. Polska górą.
Polska górą!
And anything else, Seti, you'd like to share with the world?
Yeah, I just want to thank all to like every fan, my parents, my girlfriend, and all the BL boys. Thank you so much.
Amazing stuff. We're going to ask you to lift your trophy one last time. Give it up for your FNCS Invitational 2022 champions, Cammy and Sera! That was awesome.
Once again, massive congratulations to Cammy and to Seti from one in-person event to another. These guys are racking up accolades like they are eliminations, like they are POIs, like they are notches on the belt. It's nothing to them.
This is Fortnite. This is in-person events. This is FNCS, and I couldn't be more happy for Cammy and Seti. They are some of the hardest workers on the European region, constantly putting in the grind, scrims, zone wars, you name it, they are grinding it, and oh boy, I couldn't be more happy for them.
What a ride, what a ride. 12 games of 4 victory royales, right? We were coming into this event expecting them to play one style. They show us both the amount of preparation that for sure went into this. Look at it, they are holding that right there because of that hard work.
My absolute favorite part, though, aside from that game 12 closer, is just the competitive shock that kind of, you realize it. It's almost like it's still taking time to set in for Cammy and Seti that they are, in fact, the FNCS Invitational champions. And I don't blame them, because when they just kept grinding back to back to back, cranking out all of these games and just never once wavering, it is just so much pressure, and yet they still overcame every single instance of it.
We have an opportunity here to just relive this moment that will, I'm telling you, will go down in Fortnite history.
100%.
We begin the final game of the tournament with these duos tied neck and neck, only leading by 12 points. For Vino and Queasy, they decide, what do we do? Do we play out a 25-minute long game? Do we hope that the RNGs are in our favor? Do we hope that we have the surge? No. Let's take the fight to them at their POI, at their front door.
Huge respect for Vino and Queasy. It takes some courage to land on first place team and do it in that fashion. They knew that that was what it had to be. We know Cammy and Seti, they're so effective in that end game. They knew that they weren't going to go down early, especially looking at their surge. But huge props to Vino and Queasy. They've been one of the most exciting teams to watch. High ground, mid ground, they've dominated it all.
Queasy and Vino definitely earned the respect of the Fortnite community. You can already see it on socials. Everybody's like, wow, respect for that. I mean, from season to season, we have seen this exact same situation. There's a leader, and second place is close behind. I have raised this question multiple times, and every single time everybody turns me down. Do they go and land on the team in second place, or right now vice versa? And everybody's like, no, and it never happens. Queasy and Vino here to change the script, and they try to pull it off in good fashion.
And it's the amount of jitters that goes into these sorts of instances. You can just read the hesitation that was running through both Cammy and Vino's minds in this moment. Vino undecided, do I build, do I rush, do I wait? And unfortunately, like Cammy, and I believe Cammy was the one who mentioned it directly, that it was an unfortunate missed shot there from Vino at the end. But at the same time, I am so glad that they delivered us a finale like that.
Yeah, and we can, of course, like, shout outs to Queasy and Vino. You guys came second place. That is nothing short of amazing. You know, please keep your heads held high because you came in second place against 6 other regions, against your own region. That is a testament to their skill set. Of course, we can't deny, though, Cammy Seti, a massive W for them, for this duo. This is what we love to see, but also when we consider the other duos here, PH, Zin, and Vitos. Vamos, Brazil! They had this opportunity. You guys are the MVP of the audience. Take a look at your standings for PH, Zin, and Kitos to climb in a situation where they start all the way in 8th place to watch everyone else around them fall. They say, look, we can make it. Top 5, it's within our grasp, and they do it.
So many people would have counted this duo out. So many would have looked at them and thought, you know what, they're not capable, but they have. They've done it. I was watching some of their VODs going into this. They look strong. They look like a team that's willing to be aggressive, to take this whole tournament by storm, and they have. Look at that, 5th place for PHC and Kitos. They have been some of the most, or the least expected duo to pop off, but they absolutely deserve it.
100%. I loved watching those final moments. I saw 2 duos go down. I was like, wait, they only needed, I think, 3 points to jump up, and sure enough, they do jump into that 5th place spot. So congratulations to PHN and Kitos, top 5 at an international event.
Just a great way to represent your region, and I also loved how well maintained the mindset was there from PHN in those final instances, because he was a solo for the latter duration of Game 12, and yet he still managed to stay alive just long enough. He knew that it was within his reach to jump up into that 5th place position, and so just a huge congratulations to him as well to secure it.
If you had asked me, Zeke, how is this event going to go? In fact, Ghost Blake, a player we interviewed, asked me, who do you think is going to win? I said Queasy Vino, of course. I never would have imagined that this would have all gone down the way it did, that it all culminated in a Game 12. Let's just land right out the beginning and take it all. And for take a look at the prize money, $200,000 going to them. And I want to even look back at PHN and Kitos, right? So going up from 8th to 5th, that's a 30K difference.
It's a huge difference, and that's ultimately what this is all about, right? Those extra placements, those extra points that were being squeezed out of that last game made all of the difference, and that's what this is all about. This is what these final moments are about, and of course, this duo popping off.
You know, I mean, if we're on the Brazilian train, we have to also look at Zeet and KBR, who are also in top 10. Brazil is showing up at the Invitational.
AIM is a universal language, and as far as Brazil is concerned, they have got it locked down. I love it, man.
Guess what?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Queasy and we have Vino. They are standing by. We're going to get their emotional reactions to the end of the competition.
Yes, we do. Queasy, Vino, fellas, thank you for putting on the most unbelievable display these last 2 days. It has been incredible. One of the boldest plays we've seen, I think, ever before. Walk us through the last game and what was going through your minds going into it as well.
I guess Queasy will say it best.
Queasy said it best, yeah.
So, first of all, I think I was like fully committed to it, and Veno was like, I think his nerves were getting a little bit in, you know, and then he said like, let's do it, and then we just full sent it. We somehow outdropped him. I don't even know, and yeah, then I like made a big mistake. Like I peeked the second guy, which I shouldn't, and then the rest is history.
The rest is history. But what an historical moment it was. I mean, we mustn't deny as well that you put on such a great display this last 2 days. I mean, you must be very proud as well, Vida, of what you boys achieved here at Invitational.
No.
No. You go back to the drawing board. I mean, the thing is, bold play is what it's all about in Fortnite, and you proved that you have that in your locker, and it was incredible.
Yeah. We played well. We could have played better. Seti played amazing. Shout out to Seti and Cami. They're good friends of mine and Queasy's. There's hope there's no hard feelings there. We tried to make a play there. At the end of the day, they won.
I think one thing we've noticed this week, entire weekend, we've experienced this, is the community, the players, everyone together. I mean, shout out to Cammy and Seti as well. You guys played incredibly, they played incredibly, and it could have gone either way at the end there, Queasy.
Yeah, I agree. It was all up to that last game, but they got the better of us.
Hey, there's always next time. Obviously, this experience as well for you both. I know you must be deflated, but I really appreciate you guys chatting. What's your experience been like there with the rest of the players, the audience screaming for you guys? I mean, it must have been such a great experience being here.
Yeah, it was a great experience. I can't wait for the next one.
You can't wait for the next one, Queasy.
It's been amazing.
It's been amazing. Thank you so much once again, Queasy and Vino. Thank you for making this just legendary, boys. Back to the rest of the desk. Thank you so much, boys.